This is Steve Jewin for MMA Mania. This interview with Hisaki Kato was recorded on October 3rd, 2016, and on October 21st, he will be facing AJ Matthews on the main card of Bellator 162 Shlemenko vs. Grove. Without further ado, let's get to the interview with sensational striker Hisaki Kato. Steve Jewin, MMA Mania.
All right, Steve, you are now on with Hisaki Kato. Go ahead.
Kato, it's a pleasure to talk to you again. How are you feeling today?
Good. Just before sleeping, so good.
Excellent. Got a big fight coming up in Memphis, Tennessee with AJ Matthews. How's the preparation going for the fight?
Oh, great. This time I've been doing all the preparation in my hometown, so it's easy for me. And I have no injuries. My weight is good. My strength is good. Well, my camp is going good, so everything is perfect for now.
Now, he's a veteran Bellator fighter. He's got a lot of two-loss win and loss streaks going. By that math, it seems like this should be the time for him to turn around, but you've never had a fight that's not either ended in a knockout, either win or lose. So what's your prediction on this fight?
Well, it's a good matchup, you know. We both like to stand and strike, and he got some good highlights. I have some good highlights too, so I think it's gonna be an aggressive fight. So definitely it's gonna be an interesting striking fight.
I'm sure it'll be another good highlight fight, but speaking of good highlights, you recently had a fight with Yuta Watanabe that ended in 1 minute and 5 seconds, so tell me a little bit about that Ryzen Fighting Federation fight.
It was a bit different for me because it was MMA but in a ring, and the Rising rules are the old Pride rules, so I was really excited by doing that first 10-minute round and all with the soccer ball kick, you know, it's different rule. So and the weight, it was a catch weight fight, so I had to be lighter than usual, so it was a big challenge, and it was in my city, Nagoya, so I really enjoyed that moment. It was a nice show. Everything was nice. The show was nice. Then the staff, all the people were nice, so I was really exciting, and it ended well at the end. So for me, it was a really nice adventure.
Yeah, and it seems like a lot of Bellator stars are doing crossover fights with Rising. We saw King Mo win their heavyweight tournament last December. So are you going to be back again for Rising, or is there another fight for you coming up at some point?
Well, for now I have no offer, but why not? If there is a good offer, and if the Bellator let me fight for Rising again, why not? I like to Japan, you know, it's really easy for me.
And speaking of fights in other arenas, we also saw you win a Bellator kickboxing fight against Joe Schilling with a spinning back fist. So I know you said at the time that it was a nice experiment and you were looking forward to going back to MMA, but have you reconsidered since then if you'd take another kickboxing fight?
No, not really, because I had these MMA offers, so of course I've been focusing on MMA after that kickboxing fight. But I don't know. Actually, I enjoyed the kickboxing rules with the big gloves. It was quite exciting. So I still think that I should stick to MMA, but I have some kickboxing coach telling me that I should try kickboxing too. So I don't know. For now, it's not in my mind, but maybe I should not say never again. Maybe just that, maybe not for now.
Never say never seems to be the right attitude, but you're focusing on MMA because it's definitely a competitive middleweight division in Bellator, and you want to make some ground in that. And it's a good coincidence that this is the same night that Alexander Shlemenko returns to Bellator. So what do you think about the fact that it's two middleweight marquee fights on the same night, and Storm Shlemenko is back too?
Well, so you can tell it coincidence if you want. I'm not sure if it's a coincidence, but I don't know. It could mean a lot of things. Yeah, if I win and hit the Russian guy win, I don't know. Maybe it could be my next fight. I don't know.
That's exactly what I was going to ask you, was if that was the kind of fight that you wanted to have, and if Storm Shlemenko was somebody you've always wanted to test yourself with.
Yeah, well, to tell the truth, for me, he's definitely a stronger champion than the actual champ. And, if I had to face him, I would take it like a title fight for me. So I will take it really seriously.
He did have that rather egregious drug test failure that kept him out of Bellator for a year. So what kind of Shlemenko do you think we'll see when he fights on the same night as you?
I don't know, boy. He's really strong. He's Russian strong and really aggressive and complete. But there is that 2 years ban. So I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna be the same as he used to, or if he's different now.
I guess we'll find out on October 21st. But I'll go back to AJ Matthews, because 6 out of 8 of his wins have come by knockout, and as I already mentioned, all of your fights end by knockout one way or the other. So do you expect this is going to be a total stand-up war?
It's an MMA, so you never know. Maybe he's going to change his plan and trying to put me down, and I think I could do the same if I have the opportunity. But of course, the high probability is that we're gonna punch each other in the face. Yeah?
I think fans would enjoy seeing that. Do you still get a kick out of the fact that your Superman punch of Joe Schilling, the very first time you fought him, is on every Bellator highlight reel now? It's been a while, and that fight still gets a lot of replays.
Well, it's a great honor. Someone told me that actually. Of course, it's a great honor to have a nice highlight.
Do you plan for that in your mind? Do you think I can go out there and I can create another highlight, or do you just, everything flows like water? Do you just let it flow and it just happens naturally, or do you see these things in your mind before you go out there and try to create them?
No, for me, just a question about timing and position. If I have the timing and the position, I'm not scared of trying some unorthodox movements. But I think that's only the point. If I think I'm in a good timing, I will try what I think is a good option, and that is something that my opponent is not prepared for. So. But of course, I'm not putting pressure on me in that way, so that I have to make a super KO.
How far do you think you are right now from a middleweight world title shot? Would you have to beat somebody like Shlemenko to earn the right, or would a great performance on October 21st be enough?
I don't know. I think it's gonna depend on both of the fights. On if I win and if Shlemenko wins, yeah? So if he loses and I win, it's gonna be a different figure, and if it's the opposite, of course, it's gonna be different too. So it's really gonna depend on these two fights. So I cannot really say. I would say that might be, maybe one more fight from the title, I don't know.
When you look at other opponents in the middleweight division besides guys we've already talked about, your opponent on the 21st, AJ Matthews, Alexander Shlemenko fighting in the main event, who else in the middleweight division would you like to match up with?
It's really not in my way of thinking to choose an opponent, I prefer to, if you give me an opponent, then I take it or I don't take it. But, I don't like this kind of thing about calling your opponent. It's not my job, like this time, why AJ matches? Obviously because we're both strikers and it's gonna be a nice fight. So, it's not me to say something on my future opponent. If I have to say something, I would say, give me the champion. I want to test myself with a champion.
Fair enough. You make an impressive performance, and the title fight will come your way anyway. So that's all you really need to worry about.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Well, let me get some plugs in closing before I let you go today. Sponsors that you'd like to thank, training partners you'd like to thank, anybody you'd like to thank.
Yeah, well, I think the Venom team, they are supporting me as always, and my gym in Nagoya called Alive, and also my kickboxing coach Thomas, and all my partners. I don't have to thank them on during interviews. You know, they know that, and I'm really glad to have them. So.
Well, we look forward to a great fight, October 21st. FedEx Forum, Memphis, Tennessee, Hisaki Kato against AJ Matthews, live on Spike TV. It should be a great fight, and as always, I appreciate the time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And Dan, thank you
Thanks,
as well.
Steve.
You bet.